There's it's a little dark. I don't have much light facing me, and I got a window light behind me. It's not helping. Um, the Brunson brothers still have a case. I think it's in federal court. We already saw what the Supreme Court said, and there's an interesting comment that Entheos retruthed from. I'm not sure which news agency this is, but we're going to listen to it because it's once again about the oath of office and some of the same people Brunson brothers are talking about. They're talking about this, and they're saying there's no oath of office on file anywhere for a bunch of federal level employees, very high level, and that they're demanding within 10 days to respond in writing, certified mail, or whatever, notarized this and that. If a copy exists, where is it? And if not, they have to be removed immediately due to some section of code, whatever, federal code. And I'm going to play it in just a second. But it's interesting about the 10 days. Entheos comment about 1/10 of the people know this thing about the gas gauge. And Trump just posted today something about 1/10. If 1/10 of the money sent to Ukraine, something. I'm going, I think there's some communication, some comms taking place right now. And it may be about to get real interesting over the next 10 days. But let's listen to this real quick and we'll see what's happening because I'm telling you, this has something to do with the removal of these people in Dick Algire's 2+ year old, whatever, remote viewing session about these people in Congress, out of power, transfer of power, adjourning for the last time, disbelief, sick to their stomach. They don't know what just happened. I knew when he saw that it was the truth. It hit me, and I knew it immediately. This is going to happen. So let's just watch this and listen real quick.
Breaking news right now. Do we have public servants in office who are acting as elected officials without swearing in allegiance to the Constitution? A writ of quo warranto has been filed in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C., stating that numerous oaths of office cannot be found on file for many of our federal public officials, including Vice President Kamala Harris and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. Also on the list of missing oaths of office include the CDC Director, Rochelle Walensky, Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm, the FDA Commissioner, Janet Woodcock, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Xavier Becerra, Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, and the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cadorna, Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo, the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and the Commissioner of the FDA, Robert Califf, Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, Deputy Secretary of Labor, Julie Su, and the remedy sought for those individuals who have failed or refused to produce an affidavit as required by 5 U.S. Code, subsection 3332, demand that those persons provide the U.S. Attorney and the court in Washington, D.C. with the compulsory affidavit within 10 days. For those individuals who do not produce the affidavit within the 10 days and who have admitted that they do not possess the requisite affidavit, and those who have produced defective affidavits, they must immediately terminate their appointments or positions, render all official acts, bills, laws, regulations, or any official actions whatsoever, including the appointment of any subordinates, void ab initio, as well as replace and restore all proper and former office holders until competent replacements can be lawfully appointed.
So, again, everything they've done, laws, bills passed, null and void. And by the way, the other day, Tori was mentioning Entheos and said she. And I'm like, I've been referring to Entheos as a group because they told me they were, but just I would always say he, like whoever's handling the Twitter account or this Truth Social account. And then one time someone made a comment like, yeah, I think there's 4 guys and 1 female on the team, Entheos, and they replied maybe as such that it might be true. And I thought, okay, well, 4 guys, 1 girl, it's probably still a he, 4 out of 5 chances it's a he typing on online. And I keep referring to him as a he, and then they sometimes because I remember that they're a group. But Tori's like, oh yeah, she, like she just knew. And if Tori said this is she, it's probably a she typing. So Entheos, I'm so sorry for referring to you at times as a dude. If this is true, and it sounds like it might be. So again, people, Entheos retruthed what I just played you. I'm watching the 1/10 thing happening, the gas gauge weird post that Entheos did. Trump, today I just saw his truth post. With 1/10 of the money spent, I'm hearing comms. I don't know about you. And again, maybe it's within the next 10 days or at the end of the 10 days. They have 10 days to respond, according to this. Could possibly something finally be done? And again, who else is missing oaths of office? Oh, a whole bunch of Congress members. Maybe. I don't know. But at the very least, these are some pretty top-level federal officials. And again, with the Brunson brothers case, so maybe those people are targeted that way. The other ones are targeted through the Brunson brothers, and maybe it finally goes somewhere. Again, it's all about timing. And you're absolutely watching a show, by the way, and I don't have it in front of me. There's a video, Biden sitting there talking in front of a bunch of people, but the video's from behind, like back here. So you can clearly see, the side of his face, the back of his neck. And he goes back and reaches and scratches his neck. The amount of skin movement that was clearly visible and weird looking that moved when he did this was almost shocking. Unless you know. Let me do my super duper zoom in by just simply moving my laptop closer to my face. Unless you know what we know. Who is playing the character in the movie scripts, in one particular movie script we're watching. Entheos said, we're winning, we've already won, it's over basically. The story will be told from the future looking back. Which means everything you think you're watching right now and this person's in charge and that person's in charge or still in power, I can't believe it. They're not. They appear that way because you're watching a movie. But as the future becomes current, you look back and go, oh, that person was actually like a fake or whatever, whoever we're talking about. Yeah, they were already dealt with. They were already at Gitmo potentially. What was I going to say? There was something else. All this stuff with Trump. Arrest him for this, to charge him with that, classified documents, all this stuff. Then what are we finding? Oh, Alvin Bragg today. Alvin Bragg has exculpatory evidence. Trump is clean. Why do they keep doing these things to Trump? Reminded me of Superman. Why do they say these things to me when you know I will kill you for it? Why do they do these things to Trump to just find out later, oh, he's clean? They got a hold of his tax returns finally. Guess what? They're clean. He paid taxes. They were able to subpoena and get president's tax returns? Well, guess what? They were able to raid the president, past president, former presidents, when he's allowed to declassify stuff. And once again, nothing there. Financial records, payoff of Stormy Daniels. We arrested them and charged them. Yep. Looks like that's not going anywhere. Again, exculpatory evidence just found. Why are they doing all these things to Trump, former president? So that they can do these same things to other former presidents and Congress members and you name it. Because if they can go to the highest level government official of the land, which was a president, then they can go after anybody in any position in the government at any level. They had to set a precedence so that when it happens the second time to some other president, past or present, or a current, everyone's going to say, well, they already did it to Trump. Except, we actually found something on this guy, the other president, or the other Congress member. We actually have something here. Unlike Trump, he was clean. These guys aren't. Look what we found. And nobody's going to be able to flip out. None of the leftist weirdos are going to be able to flip out. Because they're going to say, well, they did go after Trump first. And I thought we got him again. Once again, they told me on the news they got him again for the 500th time. And they didn't again. But I still believe them. Next time, I bet they'll get him. Okay, leftist weirdo. This is why. This is why they're going after Trump. They've got to set a precedent. Again, you're watching a movie. Trump knows all of this. I saw it in a dream. He knows all of this. He's playing his role as the lead actor. And he's doing it for his country. He's doing it to give us back our republic. But it has to be done this way so that we don't have rioting and a civil war and all this stuff. That's why they're doing it. So again, enjoy the show. Nothing can stop what's coming. How is that? How could they just keep saying that with absolute certainty that their plan will just continue? Nothing can stop what's coming. How do they know that? Because it already happened. It already happened. They have the control. You're watching it play out in the way they need it to play out to keep everybody at bay and not freaking go, create a civil war. They're going to let Trump, he's arrested for this, he's charged with that, nothing clean, Mr. Clean. That'll be his new nickname, Mr. Clean. Except he's not bald like me. So, enjoy the show. Everything will be fixed. You will have an incredible country coming in the future. I can promise you that. Don't worry about what you're reading and viewing on the news and all this crap. It's just a script. It's nothing. It's nonsense. Enjoy the show, my friends.